Your Windows PC has been keeping a diary of every crash, freeze, and failed update, and almost nobody ever opens it. Not a third-party app, not some IT-only tool. A built-in timeline Microsoft quietly left in every Windows 10 and Windows 11 machine, scoring your stability from 1 to 10 and stamping a red mark on the exact day things went sideways. Geek Squad and a lot of local shops will charge $50 to $150 just to take a look. Half the time, the first thing a decent tech does is open the screen you're about to open for free. Today, I'm going to show you how to pull up that hidden reliability report in about 10 seconds, read the graph like a crime scene, and walk away knowing whether your problem is a bad update, a cursed app, a driver, or just a PC that's been screaming for help while you blamed getting old. I've used this every time a laptop in the house starts the random restart routine. Usually the machine already named the suspect weeks ago. And before we wrap, I'll show you the one free move that turns that timeline into an actual fix. Not a shrug and a reboot. First, the myths that keep people paying for diagnostics they don't need. My PC is just old, that's why it crashes. Age can matter. Dust can matter. A dying drive can matter. But a 3-year-old machine that was fine until Tuesday often has a Tuesday problem. A Windows update, a GPU driver, a chat app that started hanging on launch. Old is a vibe. A dated red X on a timeline is evidence. I need Event Viewer for this. Event Viewer is a fire hose. Thousands of entries, cryptic IDs, great for people who live in there. Reliability Monitor is the human version. A calendar graph, a stability score, and a short list of what actually punched your system that day. Start here. Dive into Event Viewer only if you enjoy pain. If I open System Tools, I'll break something. You're opening a report. You're not reformatting. You're not editing the registry. Read, screenshot, close. The danger is guessing, deleting random folders because a YouTube comment said so, not looking at a log Windows already wrote. The blue screen already told me everything. Sometimes a stopcode helps. A lot of real-world misery never shows a polite BSOD. Apps vanish. Explorer restarts. The machine reboots at 3 a.m. and pretends nothing happened. Reliability Monitor still logs those. Here's what you're looking at, in plain language. Windows Reliability Monitor, also called Reliability History, tracks events that hurt stability, application failures, Windows failures, miscellaneous failures, warnings, and informational stuff like installs and updates. Across the top, you get a graph. The number is your stability index, roughly 1 through 10. 10 means the machine has been behaving. The line drops when bad days stack up. Under the graph, days with troubleshoot icons. The one you care about most is the red X, a critical event. Click a day. The bottom panel lists what happened, often with the exact app or module name that is the whole magic trick. Not a scanner, not antivirus theater. A timeline of when your PC stopped trusting itself. If you're still watching, you're probably the person who would rather spend 5 minutes learning the tool than 90 minutes in a store parking lot. Subscribe if you want more of these. Free helps the channel. Members get the deeper breakdowns I keep off the main uploads. Alright, open it. Do this exactly. Press the Windows key and R at the same time. The run box pops up. Type this with the space perfman/rel, hit enter. That's it. Reliability Monitor should open. If search is easier for you, type reliability into the start menu and open view reliability history. Same destination, more clicking. Give it a second if the graph is empty at first. On a brand new install, there won't be much history. On a machine you've actually used, you'll see days stretching left. Now read it like you mean it. Look at the stability number first. If it's hanging near the top and your PC still feels cursed, your problem might be slowdowns, storage, or something. The reliability graph doesn't score the same way. Heat, a full drive, browser tab chaos. If the line looks like a ski jump after a certain date, that date is your crime scene. Click the worst day. Read the critical events. You're hunting for a repeating name. Same browser, same game launcher, same Windows stopped working paired with a driver update. One red X can be bad luck. The same offender 3 times in a week is a pattern. Scroll left to when life was fine. What changed the day before the cliff? Software install, Windows update, big driver package? Reliability Monitor is brutally good at this because it puts installs and failures on the same calendar. You're not guessing from memory, you're matching timestamps. When you've got a suspect, do one sane thing, not 10. If it's an app, update it from the official source or uninstall it if you don't need it, or check whether it only crashes after sleep. If it's a Windows update that lines up perfectly with the disaster, pause updates briefly if you must, then check known issues for that patch era, or use Windows recovery options to uninstall a recent quality update when Microsoft's own path allows it. Don't start deleting system files by hand. If it's a driver, especially graphics, Go through Windows Update, optional drivers, or the manufacturer's clean install path, not a random driver booster site that bundles junk. The point is, narrow action tied to a named event. Broad, reset my whole PC is the nuclear option, not step 1. Screenshot the bad day. If you're asking a smart friend, a forum, or even a shop for help later, a picture of the graph plus the critical event list beats, it just crashes sometimes by a mile. Some techs will still charge a diagnostic fee. At least you walk in holding the homework. A few guardrails so this stays useful. Reliability. Monitor is history, not a crystal ball. Now, the clean graph doesn't prove your battery is healthy or your SSD has 10 years left. One scary informational warning is not a death sentence. Focus on critical failures that match what you felt. If the history looks weirdly empty except a few events, the tracking service may have been disrupted. Uncommon, but it happens. The tool can still help from the day it starts logging again. And if the machine won't stay on long enough to open run, you're past this video. Back up what you can and get hardware help. When is paying a shop actually smart? When the timeline points at hardware class pain you can't verify cold, repeated disk errors, memory-related failures, crashes under zero load with nothing new installed, or when the PC won't boot cleanly enough to use the tool, a real diagnostic earns its fee there. Paying $100 so someone can open perfman/rel, glance at a red X next to a chat app, and sell you a tune-up is how the junk drawer tax moved into consumer electronics. Cost math. Quick. In-store PC diagnostics commonly land around $50 to $100 before any repair. Full, we'll fix whatever visits, climb from there. A replacement laptop, because this one is haunted, is hundreds to thousands. Reliability monitor is $0 and about 10 seconds to open. Even if you still end up at a shop, walking in with dates and faulting application names changes the conversation from vibes to a work order. I've watched people reinstall Windows for a problem that was one broken updater loop. Fresh Windows feels productive. It also wipes the afternoon when the graph would have said, plain as day, which install ruined Tuesday. You don't need to become a sysadmin. You need one run command, a red X, and the patience to match a name to a date. Windows has been taking notes the whole time. The report was always there. The bars on your taskbar never told you this story. The fix often starts the moment you stop rebooting and start reading. Go open it. Find the lowest day on the graph. Click the red mark. Read the first critical line out loud. That's usually the beginning of the end of the mystery. Thanks for watching. If this saved you a diagnostic fee you didn't need, send it to the friend whose laptop restarts for sport. See you in the next one.